Every week in Huntsville, Alabama on Wednesday nights you can go to a dive bar called the Coppertop. It's at Oakwood Meridian in Huntsville, Alabama. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. there is an open mic comedy night there. It's called The Open Mic Comedy Night. It's hosted by Tom Hand, who's a medical giant and a great, great man. I'll be performing there tonight, but before I show you that, I wanted to thank Daniel Bullard here. That's Daniel playing a trumpet, standing next to a guitar in front of a brick wall. Daniel Bullard, he was very helpful in getting me back on my feet, you know, like I had to go somewhere to be restful for a little while, and he provided that, you know, that opportunity. I also want to talk about the fact that in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama, the air conditioning can't keep up. It's so hot. Look at that. 72? 80. That's what we have, 80. 72? No. 80. Because it can't keep up because it's so damn hot. Show you a safe place that I just built the other day because I was feeling threatened. It's important to have a safe place. To have a place where you feel secure.
Of it for this evening, Coppertop. Yeah. Good. This next guy coming to the stage is a local who does a bunch of stuff around town for various charity organizations. Give your attention and love to the young master, Joel Elliott, everybody. Get up for Joel.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Coppertop. Hi, Coppertop. You know, it's funny he should suggest, or he should mention that I do things for charity organizations because, like, yes, I have raised like over $3,000 for the Rose of Sharon Soup Kitchen. Because, you know, like my background as a comic in this town, I was the #1 homeless comedian for a while there. Because in 2014 I was street homeless for a couple of months, and I was doing comedy while I was doing that. And I started to feel guilty because I got a lot of help out of the First Stop. The First Stop is like a homeless day shelter. They help place people in homes. And like recently I was feeling guilty about that, and I was like, you know, I want to raise some money for them. And so I found the president of the First Stop, you know, like I left him a note, and I was like, hey dude, let's meet, because I want to do a fundraiser for you. His name's Cleet. Yeah, who would have thought Cletus is the president of the homeless shelter in Alabama, right? Yeah, but like so I'm reaching out to Cletus because like back in the day when I was street homeless and I was performing, he was like, "Hey, we should like do a fundraiser thing," and I was like, "Yeah." And it's like 2 years later, and I'm trying to get that to happen, and like he didn't message me back, and he didn't message me back, and so one day I'm just rambling down the road the way that I do, and I see Cletus at the gas station. I'm like, there's Cleet. And so I go up and I'm like, hey, Cleet, did you get my note? He goes, oh, yeah, I got your note. So can we meet? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, just come by sometime. I was like, oh, well, what's a good time? Tell me a good time, Cleet. Because I know how meetings work. I've been in business. I've not always been a homeless guy. You know, like I've had a lot of jobs and I know how meetings work. He says 9 o'clock. So I come by at 9 o'clock. And I'm sitting down with the guy and I'm talking fundraisers and he's like, well, we've got a fundraiser in September. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's July. Like, why don't we do another one? Like, are you telling me you don't need the money? I don't know. Eventually, like, we meet for like 5-10 minutes and then he's like, I don't have time for this. I'm like, dude, you told me 9 o'clock was a good time, Cleet. You know what? You don't get my money. Forget it. You know what? Forget it. I'll keep raising money for the Rose of Sharon, Cleet. I don't. He kicks me out of his office after we established a good time. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I think he's skimming off the top, personally. But actually, I have underground street friends that are pretty sure he's skimming off the top. Cleet. I'm doing gonzo journalism now, Cleet, and I think you're skimming off the top of the first stop. I'm gonna find out. Okay. My name is Joel Elliott. I do a lot of things. I consider myself an entertainerist because I make people in town nervous. Right? You know, like I covered the protest recently. There was a Black Lives Matter protest in Huntsville. Round of applause if you knew that even happened. Right. Yeah, the media almost covered it, but like I covered what really happened. What really happened is we were gonna meet in Big Spring Park, and then Dale Jackson, this conservative talk show host that most of you have never heard of because he's nobody, Dale Jackson started like rabble-rousing in town saying those Black Lives Matter people are going to overturn the buses and they're going to set cars on fire, which is obviously not true. Black Lives Matter is a peaceful movement. But Dale was like starting controversy because he runs the attack machine. That's his imaging, the attack machine. So he was like starting trouble about it. So the police reached out to the Black Lives Matter people and they were like, hey, can we make this a unity march for like Black lives and like, you know, comp lives? Because we don't want any of you to shoot us. And like nobody was planning on shooting anybody. Holy hell. But okay, you know, Black Lives Matter protesters were like, sure, we'll make it a unity march. Sounds like a good idea. And I was all for that. I started documenting it that day. And then as we were marching, it dawned on me, they are marching us to the jail. They marched us to the jail. Like, that's how we decided to make unity happen. It's like, okay, instead of marching where you were going to march, we're going to march through the back roads, and we're going to end the march at the jail. Holy hell, message received. Like, in order to, like, increase my, you know, followership, I made an open letter to the sheriff about how I felt about that. Because, like, you know, a view is a view. I don't care if it's law enforcement watching my YouTube channel. Somebody's got to. But yeah, so I'm on a lot of people's radar right now because of a lot of the gonzo journalism that I've been putting out. Look out for, go to YouTube and put in Stuck in Huntsville. Because that's a show that I do. That show is increased in popularity in Huntsville to the point that I was at the Whole Foods Market today. And the cutie patootie cashier that was like in the lane like over there, she, hey Ari, don't sit on my camera. Please don't sit on my camera. Can you angle that so it's pointed at me, please? Okay, awesome, thank you. I am so sorry. I saw you doing that and I was like, hey, I'm getting footage right now. Okay, so like cutie patootie cashier girl, she turns around. I've been pushing this Stuck in Huntsville thing so hard that this cute cashier girl, she looks at me, she goes, hey, are you stuck in Huntsville? And I was like, yes, I am. I'm so stuck. I'm extremely stuck in Huntsville. Email me, stuckinhuntsville@gmail.com. That's my address. Like, hopefully I'll get a date out of it. I haven't gotten a relationship the normal way in, like, the last 20 years. Like, I started in entertainment on radio, like, way back when I was a teenager, and, like, I got girlfriends from that, and then, like, I got married to a girl that was working at the station. Like, I don't know how to date anymore. All I know is how to make a bunch of shows, and eventually a girl shows me interest, and I'm like, hey, so, I don't live normal. I don't know how to live normal. I am severely mentally ill. You can ask your host about this. I used to live with the guy. I have transitioned now, like, okay, I've been garden variety homeless for the last 4 months. I am actually going to be housed. I had like street homelessness scheduled for August 1st because I really did not have a plan. But I got a job and I've got a place to stay. I'm officially going to live indoors like people and pay for it, which is awesome. What I'm doing, the job, I'm taking care of somebody with dementia. And that is hilarious because I can barely take care of myself. Tom can confirm this for you. He lived with me. He knows exactly how nuts I am. But the dementia caretaking thing, it's working because she doesn't want to live. You know, I mean, if you had dementia, you probably wouldn't want to live. I don't want to live. I've been suicidal since I was 7 years old. You know, like I just daily I think about it. I'm like, I wake up every day and I'm like, I don't want to be here. And that's why we're getting along. Because she will say like, you know, like, just let me go. And I'm like, I get it. I know. I feel the same way. But like, I'm not going to help you die because that's not my job. My job is to keep you comfortable. And I know you're not going to help me die because I have to lift you in, you know, in and out of the bed. So like you're not even capable of helping me out. So since neither of us are going to kill ourselves right now, let's find something to do. Like you want me to take you outside, or you want me to grab the cat, we can poke the cat, and like let's do something. But the dementia caretaking, it's working because neither of us want to be here. We both agree the world's a terrible place and it's got to stop. Okay, one last thing before I leave you. The weirdest thing happened today. Can I tell you about this? Okay, whoever said no, I'm going to come and kick your ass. For the rest of you, yeah, this morning, I woke up in Alabama. It was horrifying. Okay, maybe you guys are used to it by now, but every day it happens to me, my God, I die inside just a little bit more. Coppertop, you guys have been great. I, on the other hand, have simply been. Give it up for Tom Hand.
I don't know.
Joel Elliott, everybody, give it up one more time for Joel
Thanks for
Elliott.
watching. Hit like, subscribe. Thank you.
Real quick.